Hello everybody, thank you for watching this video. In this video I'm just going to give you a really high-level tutorial on Microsoft PowerPoint so you can make your PowerPoint as creative and as customized as you would like. So I'm just going to share my screen here. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Actually, we'll use a different PowerPoint. There we go. Okay. So this is a PowerPoint for a different slide I was using. Go to the top here. Okay, so just a brief overview. Okay, the Home tab is where you can change the font and the size of your text. Okay, you can center justify things or left justify them. You can add bullets. Okay, so it gives you bullets. You can number a list. So see how I'm changing it from a bulletized list to a numbered list. There we go. You can add in arrows if you'd like. Okay, so once you click the arrow, you do this, it'll give you a line. You can also change the color. If you right-click it, if you right-click the arrow or the line, you can change the color. So right now it's blue. We wanted to make it black. Perfect. We've got a black arrow. Okay. You can also move it around. This is particularly useful for your legends that you're going to have to be creating. Okay. You can also, yeah. I mean, for our purposes here today, I'm not going to give you I'm not gonna break down PowerPoint entirely. I'm just going to give you some of the high level stuff so you can create, your own PowerPoint that's customized and so on and so forth. You can change the layout of your slides by clicking the layout. Okay, so right now this is a title and content slide. Okay, you can put a picture with a caption, which would be good for your plate plans, your standard recipes, things like that. You can put two contents together or side by side for comparison, or two contents. And you can called same idea here, but if you want to add a new slide to your PowerPoint deck, you would hit the new slide button. It gives you a new slide. Okay. Inside the slides themselves, there's a bunch of things that you can insert. So in here, you can insert a table, a chart, I'm not even sure, smart art graphics, online pictures, pictures from your computer, or a movie. Okay. As we move across the bar here, we have insert. So you can insert a table if you want, a picture, online pictures, screenshots, photo album. You can include some shapes. So in this case, you get a whole bunch of shapes you can pick from. Some icons. Okay, so you would search what you're looking for here, and you can include them. 3D models, although I'm not really sure that's what we would use, but you can use these models to make these 3D graphics. You can use them to make your PowerPoint a bit more creative and special to your purposes. Smart art, you can add a chart, although I don't think you will. You can insert a text box, headers and footers, word art, so you can you can change the style of the word art, and be like, and call this what do I call this? Of contents. There we go, and it looks fancier than the title that you would use up here. Okay. What else here? Yeah, so that's the insert tab. Okay. I just want to make sure that numbers are here. Go back to the insert tab, or the home tab. I guess not. So you'll have to, in order to put in the numbers for your legends, you'd have to insert a text box. Okay, so going over here, you would insert a text box, and then you would use an arrow and then create another text box to show that number. So you put the number 2 here. Okay, so 2, get a little bit bigger. 2, 2, period. And then you would use a arrow to point to that particular ingredient on your plate plans. Okay, so I'm just going to change the color of this. There we go. So 2 pointing to something, and that's how you create the legend for your plate plans. Next, you can draw if you'd like, although I don't think you will, because you require a stylus, and it's not really relevant to your presentation. You can change the design of your, so right now the design of my slides, or the theme of my slides, is George Brown College. Okay, you can change it to whatever you want. Okay, this isn't going to work on my particular slide deck here because mine is locked here. But you could change the formatting of your slides, you know what I mean, to be a little bit more colorful. Okay, just make sure that it's somehow connected with your theme. Okay, like right here we have a green and white slide theme. You know, this would be good for a vegetarian theme, or you know, like an Irish theme. I'm not, just make sure it's fairly logical, right? Next we have transitions. Transitions are kind of fun. It helps you, a transition happens between 2 slides in a slideshow. So have you ever seen one of your teachers use their clicker or their controller and switch to the next slide? You add in a transition, it helps you, what is it called? It shows you how the slide will be presented, right? So when you're here, you click next on your slideshow presentation. If you've used, in this case, the fade transition, that is the transition that's going to happen from this slide to this slide, from slide 1 to slide 2. Okay. You can also use push, where it pushes it up, like that. See the transition. Swipe left. Ta-da. Split. Okay. You can also add sound if you'd like. So a bomb. Maybe I'll do a bomb. An applause is my. There you go. So you heard the applause as it transitioned. You know, that might be the applause sound might be a pretty cool for you know, addition for your concluding slide, right? We have animations. This is more to do with your points. So right now, if I were to present this, this would just be a bulletized list, okay? They would all show up on the slide at the exact same time. If you wanted to be a bit more creative, you could have them appear, or in this case, the animation is called appear, whenever you know you're clicking next or the space button on the presentation. It's important to note that when they're all labeled 1, it means that they're all going to show up at the same time. So if you highlight them all, and you want to have it so that the next point or your next bullet isn't shown until you click the space button or the next button, you go up here to chart, and then you go on click. When you do that, you'll notice it changes from all 1s to 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning the first bullet will show up first, second bullet will show up second, the third bullet will show up third, and so on and so forth. Okay. Slideshow. This is if you wanted to see how all of your transitions, your images, and your sounds and your animations are working, you would click. I can't do it right now because I'm showing my screen, but you would click from the beginning or play from the beginning, and you could go through your slide presentation, and it would show you how I would be viewing your presentation, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't know all the subtle nuances. And trust me, if you don't preview your slideshow before you deliver it, sometimes there's some not so good effects, we'll say. Review, you can spell check, things like that. You can, I'm not sure you'll use this tab. You can record if you'd like. Okay, so you can create a video, which is what I did before. Things like that. Okay. I think for our purposes, that's really all you need to know. I've also posted a video on Blackboard of PowerPoint, and it's a YouTube tutorial on PowerPoint. It's not too long. It has a lot of things in that video you probably wouldn't need, but just in case you wanted to learn more about PowerPoint, how it's used, become a bit more of an expert on it, I'd encourage you to watch that video. Okay. Just as a concluding comment here, if you have any questions about this video or the previous video, please feel free to email me at david.cleary@georgebrown.ca or attend online office hours on Tuesday and Thursday between, what did I say? We'll call it 12 and 1, or whatever whatever time is posted to the important course information. Okay. During that time, if you have a question, you would click on Collaborate on your Blackboard. Okay, so on the left-hand side of our Blackboard shell or page is Collaborate. If you click that, click the course room, click Join Course Room. I will be there during those times. You can ask me a question in the chat window. So on the right-hand side, you'll see a little comment blurb thing. Click that, and you'll be able to type your questions to me. Okay. Let's remember to be professional on Collaborate. Okay, so leave the whiteboard to me. Don't draw on it. I will use it to help communicate to you. Do not share your audio. Okay, and yeah, that's about it. Just be professional. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to email me or come see me during online office hours. Okay, and stay healthy, eat good food, good nutritious food, get lots of sleep, stay home if you can, be safe during this time. I know it's a little crazy out there right now. And as always, if you ever need anything, please feel free to let me know. If some of the concerns you have, I can forward them to coordinators, and we can try and help you out. Okay? Thank you for listening to this video, and we'll see you during office hours.